Sam, you forgot to take a class your freshman year, which meant it was going to be your sophomore year that you had to take it. As an incoming freshman, that would mean we would end up meeting in that class. It was kind of the perfect storm though, because before that class, in the hour prior, I had Mrs. Coburn, my intro to negotiations teacher. In that hour prior, she had just finished giving a lesson on how to charm the other party. And she did mention, if you repeat someone's name while talking to them, it is reassuring and lets them know you care and are listening, making them more interested. Being a freshman in college and knowing I had this pretty girl in my next class, it was only logical that I try out that tactic. And any single guy in attendance, I would like you to know I did bat 1,000 with that tactic as we stand here today. It wasn't until later that summer though that you reached out and we actually started talking. This is what began the many stages of our relationship. That has been the pleasure of my life to be a part of. As you were living in DeKalb, I would make the hour commute and drive out there to spend some time with you. And when I say you, I mean the softball girls. Shout out to any of those in attendance today. School came around and we navigated how two individuals with many things going on, being pulled in different directions, would prioritize one another. And it was the simple dates to Ollie's, learning how similar we are, and watching you interact with your friends and them with you that I realized this was going to be different. It was in those small moments that I knew I was falling in love with you. While we weren't at school, we were in the stage of life that we would go over to our parents' house just for dinner to see each other. It was at these dinners that I began to see the full picture of who you are and the amazing people that raised you. The next stage is where we learn to still date long distance and build something while I pursued golf. This stage came to an end when we moved into our first apartment together and I found out that you like to still use baby spoons. We started to outgrow our apartment as we entered the next stage of our life as dog parents. It's been a joy and absolute privilege to watch you be a mom to Jarvis. It makes me so excited for the mom that God willing you will be one day to her kids. We stand here today about to enter the next stage of our life as Mr. and Mrs., two becoming one. And I want to declare publicly and in covenant with you my vows. Today I vow to honor and cherish you all the days of my life. I promise to love you with the love that mirrors Christ's selflessness, enduring and full of grace. I vow to support you in your dreams and aspirations. I will comfort you in your sorrows and be a heart that understands. May our marriage be a beacon of hope for those around us.
Jordan and Sam, based upon the vows you have made and by the authority vested in me as a minister of the gospel, I pronounce you husband and wife. In the words of our Savior, you are no longer two but one. Therefore, what God has joined together, let no man separate. Jordan, you may kiss your bride. Family and friends, it is my privilege to introduce to you for the first time, Mr. and Mrs. Jordan Less.
Jordan, I'm so excited to be standing here today, surrounded by everyone we love, to show a side of our relationship we don't share very often. I'm pretty sure 90% of the people here are going to see us kiss for the first time today. Who knew that forgetting to take a class my freshman year of college would end up being the best mistake I've ever made? That it would lead me to you, my best friend, my partner, my home. You are without a doubt the most amazing person I've ever met. You are kind, consistent, and loyal. You have more patience in a day than most people have in a year. You light up every room you walk into with your infectious smile, and you've shown me more love than I ever could have dreamed of. Throughout the 7 years of our relationship, I've managed to only be able to keep one secret from you, and today I'd like to share it. I had an idea early on into our relationship to start writing things down that I wanted to say but wasn't ready to, so I'm going to embarrass myself here and read the first note I ever wrote to you. Dated September 23rd, 2017. Dear Jordan, it's been a month and 3 days since we started dating, and I had an idea to start writing things down that I want to say but don't want to scare you off. When I look at you, I see such an amazing, genuine, and thoughtful person. I can already tell you're not just going to be some guy I date, because when I think about my future, all I can see is you. I'm not sure what life has in store for us, but I can't wait to watch it unfold. So Jordan, here's how I fell in love with you. The journal goes on all over the years, all the way up until this morning, and it perfectly summarizes our relationship. It's never been about big gestures or expensive gifts, but rather family dinners, nights with our friends, walks with Jarvis, or movies at home. From an outside perspective, our life may look simple or ordinary, but to me, it's anything but that. As I stand here today, I'm just excited about our future as I was when I wrote that first note. And while I can't promise you I'll get better about finding my phone or my keys or pretty much anything I ever set down, I can promise to love you not only when life is easy and full of laughter, but also in times of difficulty and tears. I promise to support you, to grow with you, to learn with you, to encourage you to never change, even if that means listening to you sing in the shower and all of your other quirks. And maybe most importantly, I promise to make sure there's always Parmesan cheese in the fridge. You are everything I ever could have hoped for and more. I can't wait to be your wife.